What's up, guys? Iceman Hero. Welcome to the Research Institution. Appreciate y'all for coming by. Like this video if you will. Subscribe to the page and swat that bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And blessings to my patrons. Links in the description below. May you have many wives, those who support the Research Institution. So here we are once again with a build that I think is going to be one of the best ones that I've tried in a long time. This is one that you haven't seen yet. Alright? This is potentially the most godly uber budget hybrid build imaginable. I say hybrid because there's a couple expensive pieces of gear on this character. One of which is Beast, and that is the most expensive piece of gear. Everything else is actually pretty cheap. I'll show you in just a minute, but nonetheless, it's Mal Lum. Let's put in this hammer just a minute. It's quite nice. Fanaticism aura, which of course adds to attack rating. It adds to damage. 40% IES, 285% enhanced damage, 20% chance crushing blow, 25% chance open wounds. And mind you, when there's open wounds or crushing blow or whatever on a weapon and you're using two weapons, those stats on the weapon only apply to that hand when you hit with that weapon. So it doesn't translate over to the other side. Prevent monster heal, which doesn't work against Ubers, but that's fine. 40 to strength, quite a bit of strength there, and that's it. So nothing too crazy, but the Fanaticism aura is what's the kicker on this item. And it's nice to have the crushing blow and open wounds as well. So that coupled with Azure Wrath with a 13 Sanctuary aura when equipped, Wonderwell skills 30 IES, 250 to 500 magic damage, 25 chance of open wounds, because I put an rune in there, just the notable stats of that item. Just all of which I think this might be a pretty good hybrid, expensive slash cheap budget build. So we have ourselves a Duress armor with Archon plate, Shale Thul. This is kind of a budget piece with an rune. 40 fast start recovery, 20% enhanced damage, some cold damage, 15% chance crushing blow, 33% chance of open wounds, which is why I'm using it on this character. The open wounds is very nice against the Ubers. You don't want them to regenerate their health as they constantly do. So you have to apply open wounds once every 8 seconds, because on Ubers that shit expires every 8 seconds. In fact, I think that's how it is across the board on enemies in this game. But 33% on a body armor is pretty damn impressive. So that's why I decided to go that route. We have High Lord's Wrath Amulet. We have Goblin Toe Boots for a higher crushing blow than what we get with Gore Riders. So we're going to go this route. G-Face, 35% chance crushing blow, all that other shit. And Night Smoke Belt with dual Ravenfrost rings. Now, the reason I have this is because I don't have any mana leech on this character, and I just don't like chugging pots like crazy. So 50% damage taken goes to mana is a pretty impressive stat for a belt. I upped this thing into a mesh belt just so I can fit more potions on it. And we're going to see how well this fares. There's the charms and Drax on the hands. I like these because I know I could use Life Tab 1, which I do have, and it lasts 28 seconds per cast. But I don't like casting it every 28 seconds. I'd rather just have this. In fact, should we try that? Fuck it. Let's try it. Oh, although on this hand, pun intended, we don't get the 25% chance of open wounds, but you know what? Let's try it anyway. And let's cast enchant. Yeah, we're going to try Laying of Hands. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting them. So on Switch here, I have Life Tap, 28-second duration. So I'm going to have to make sure to keep that up. And let's see, like, this is going to be a lot more damage, I think. 350% damage to demons. And all 3 of the Ubers are demons. So we're going to see how well this works out. As you can see, I'm actually getting my ass kicked even against these basic enemies. So let's open up Uber Tristram and see how well this fares. If you guys will like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Blessings to those who like the video. Yeah, this is some crazy research we're about to do. You don't want to miss this shit. This is going to be very telling because I haven't tried these gloves yet. throughout all of these videos. And of course, laying of hands are great because the 20% increased attack speed and the 350% damage to demons. So this guy, with the demon and undead damage, he has a lot. Let's see how much exactly he has. Okay. 350% damage to demons right here, and 510% damage to undead. So that's just going to be fun. Unfortunately, none of the Ubers are undead, but the minions are. And since that's an aura, it's around his footies. That actually applies to both hands. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Wow, what an amazing video. This has got to be one of the greatest videos I've made in a long time, but all sorts of work into this video, all sorts of research and shit, all sorts of thinking, all sorts of expertise, all sorts of professional grade Diablo 2 experience, all in one. You guys just, I mean, this is where it's at, the research institution, so become a patron if you want to support the research. And do not forget to cast that life tap, or you will get the shit kicked out of you. Alright, we got him. Oh my god. Oh wow, what's going on here? Okay, there he goes. He's starting to get chopped away now. Notice how the Sanctuary Aura is repelling the undead. I could probably go around and just slap the shit out of him. Just get rid of some, but of course he does keep summoning them. Holy shit, he is beating the hell out of me. I don't want that to expire. Let's cast it again. 45 fire res, and that's even with the 50% on laying of hands. So this build has always suffered from fire res. I could top it out with charms or whatever, but I'm just keeping the variables consistent. So it doesn't really matter to me. And I've survived so far. Now it's back up to 75. Holy shit, yeah, I mean, we killed him pretty fast right there, so I would like to try a couple different combinations. In fact, is this better than my last build? Are you kidding me? My last build, it was the same setup, only instead of duress, the body armor, I had fortitude. I mean, shit, it seems like this actually... Well, I'm wearing laying of hands as well, which is pretty important, actually. Maybe that's what's going on here, but with that being said, I should probably consider doing this same battle here with all the same gear, only I'll be wearing Drax instead. A little less damage. You don't get the 350 damage to demons. I don't know if I benefit off the 20 IS with this build. I already have fanaticism going on. I might be at a pretty high breakpoint. I haven't run the numbers and shit. One of you guys can if you want, and comment it in the comments below, but don't really expect you to. In future videos, I might start doing that again. I did that for a while. I ran the calculations, ran the breakpoints, but it's not all a loss. I mean, Drax, of course, you get the 25% chance of open wounds. Let's see where I'm at with open wounds on this guy. So there goes Diablo. I mean, yeah, I would say with laying of hands, you definitely kill him faster, as long as you have sufficient open wounds. That's kind of the deciding factor there. You want a lot of open wounds. From what I've figured in these videos so far, it seems like a 50% chance of open wounds is quite ideal. I don't know if I'd want to go below that. And I guess you could say on average per hand hit, because it's going to vary per hand depending on your gear, as mentioned. Let's cast a couple shouts here. And let's scare the baddies away. But yeah, I would like to try this again with Drax, and I'll keep on the duress armor, which I really like. So far throughout these videos, it seems like it's performed better, as crazy as it is, against fortitude and even chains of honor. Now, I know fortitude gives a lot more damage, but I mean, I don't know, the dress with the 15% chance of crushing blow, the 33% chance of open wounds, just keep that shit up all the time. It's quite nice. So let's see what this torch is. Now let's take care of these. Look how fast he kills them with that Sanctuary Aura. It just destroys these undead. Even the physical immune ones. You see that? These are physical immune. It doesn't even matter. Because Sanctuary actually breaks their physical immunity. It doesn't show up when you highlight them, but that shit breaks their physical immunity. So it's just insane how much damage you get from the Sanctuary Aura. All right, that's a pretty nice torch right there. 3 to Paladin skill levels. 17 to all attributes, 17 to all res. So yeah, a very nice torch actually. And with this guy, I mean, this is a weird ass build. I have both axe and sword, or blade is what it is now, mastery maxed out. I just like making these hybrid builds, and I don't have any full reg pots, as you can see. So it's doable, and from what I've gathered so far in these videos, it's actually not as intimidating as I thought it was. Going against Uber Tristram with a Frenzy Barb. I just remember back in the day, I didn't want to do it. You know, I had a nice Frenzy Barb. I just didn't really want to gather the goodies just to fail. You know, I was kind of scared. But surprisingly, you can actually do it with all... I mean, I've done it with all sorts of weapons. I've done it with dual everything, basically. The cheap shit. What's the Tomahawk? Razor's Edge. I did it with dual Razor's Edge, and I didn't put a Zod rune in it. I didn't have a Ethereal, just I think I put Eth runes in them. But other ones as well. Cheap rune words, Kingslayer, which is actually as expensive, but with other things, I've done it with cheaper items, and I was pretty surprised with the results. If you guys will like this video, I'm going to try out a couple of different combinations and see how those fare against this one, for example. But yeah, the laying of hands have been great, but I think I'm going to go back to Drax, just to keep shit simple, and I do like more chill gameplay, and you don't have to recast the life tap then. So I might go back to that. But if you guys will like the video, subscribe to the page, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace be with you.